Now we're ready for step number 3. And step number 3 is a very simple step, but it's a step that I am incredibly passionate about and Rachel is very passionate about. And the reason I'm really nailing this one down is it's the simple step that people often just don't do. So right away, I need you to open a business checking account. The reason you need to do that is because you've gone through all this work to have a business, a name, a tax ID. It's its own entity. You are your own person. You have a name, you have a social security number. You cannot mix those two finances. You cannot do it. And Rach, why don't you tell them a little bit more about why that's so important?
Well, there's really two good reasons why that's important. Just as you said, you're a separate business, you're a separate person. If you mix those two things, you are doing what we call piercing the corporate veil. So you've taken two separate things and you have now combined them. And that can have severe tax and legal ramifications.
And I get it. All of that sounded super scary, but the whole point, the takeaway, is it is so simple and easy to prevent any of those consequences. Open the checking account. And that leads us into our second point.
The second reason is because it costs so much time and money not to do this. Regardless if you're doing it yourself or if you've hired a bookkeeper, to go through all of your transactions and mixing business and personal is so tedious. And let's be honest, are you really gonna remember that Starbucks run if it was for business purposes or for personal reasons? It's far more productive to use your time and skill to make money for your business.
So if you're shopping at a store like Target and you purchase office supplies, but then you also purchase clothes for your kids and makeup, you're really doubling the work for your bookkeeper. Because now that the bookkeeper knows that you mix the two, they're gonna have to ask you about every single transaction. And are you really gonna go back and look at that receipt? Are you really gonna remember a few months later? You're not. So just do yourself a favor, eliminate all of the stress and open up that business account.
That said, mixing business and personal can cause you to go to two other extremes. On the one hand, you can miss out on expenses that you're entitled to. On the other hand, you can take too many business expenses that lower your overall profit or your bottom line. You want a healthy bottom line so that you can take that to the bank and get capital that's ultimately going to grow your business.
I really liked the point you made about taking it to the bank because that reminds me of just one other thing that I wanted to mention. Choosing the right bank at the beginning is important because not all banks are created equal. We've had the experience of working with dozens of banks, and so we know the good, the bad, and the ugly of all of them.
That's such a good point.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a great step to just have a consultation appointment with us. We can run through the factors of your business and help you choose a bank that really aligns with what your needs are. And it's a very simple thing to do, whereas changing bank accounts later is a huge pain. So just another thing that we can help you avoid and make your life easier.